AITA for telling my boyfriend we should break up after 7 years together over this. Me, 25F, and my boyfriend, 25M, have been together for 7 years now, 8 in March 2025. We started dating in high school and in no time he moved into my house. We had a lot of issues throughout our relationship but nothing we couldn't talk through. We got engaged in 2022. We haven't started planning yet but we are saving for a small wedding in the future. About 2 years ago he started working in a law firm. Because of his new schedule we had more time to spend together since his last job had a mall schedule from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Everything was going great, but a year ago management decided to change his boss. Before it was a female and now it was a male in his 40s. After this I started noticing some changes in his behavior. He stopped being caring and sweet and now acted a little more serious and mature. His own words. I confronted him about this and he only said it was time he started being more realistic and less optimistic. I told him that if it felt right to him then okay but he didn't have to be less loving. A few months ago he started making some jokes like when he came home he said, "Why is my dinner not ready? It should be done by now," or "If the dirty clothes basket is full your job is to keep my clothes clean, you are the woman, you should be in the kitchen, get up and make me a sandwich, you get the picture." Whenever he made this types of comments I confronted him and he just said they were just jokes and I was overreacting. Recently this jokes escalated, now are more misogynistic like, "You should see how many women in my job like me, if you don't come with me to this then I should find a replacement, if we ever break up I know it would be easy for me to find a new girlfriend," and stuff like this. By now I just told him to pack his stuff and leave if he felt that way, but again he said they were just jokes. We both work. I work as a dog groomer and cover almost all the bills in our house including our food. He pays for his car, internet and dog food. Last time he made this kind of jokes I lost it on him and said that in any case he should be the one in the kitchen since I pretty much covered the provider role. Good luck finding someone who pays for everything and does house chores and some mean stuff. He was taken aback and said that it was just a joke and that I should be a good sport. That he wasn't trying to hurt me but was just teasing. A month ago I offered to give him a ride when he got off work, since his car was in the mechanic. He said that his boss was joining us too and his wife. First I picked him and his boss up, and on our way to pick up his wife, his boss started making the same kind of jokes and the two of them were laughing like they were high or something. When his boss noticed I was not laughing and asked me about it I just said that nothing they had just said was funny but rude. After that the car ride was pretty quiet. We had a big argument after that, and he apologized for making this inappropriate jokes that were funny at work but not at our house. And understood where I was coming from. After this the joke stopped. Last week it was one of his work colleagues' birthday and they all decided to go out and celebrate. Partners are not ever invited to any of the celebrations. Which I find weird and asked my BF about it. He just said that their colleagues didn't want their wives or husbands there because there were other people involved and their partners would think badly of them, aka cheating assholes, but he assured me that he was different and would never do any of that. Anyway, last week they went out and my BF came the next day at 6 a.m. He didn't answer any of my messages and whenever I called he said he was staying a little while longer and then leave, which he never did. Anytime they go out he arrives home at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. These happens every month or every 2 months. He told me that he sees nothing wrong with it since it's not every week, but I believe he should come home at a reasonable hour, and if he just keeps doing this then we should break up and he can do whatever he likes without me bothering him. He believes I'm overreacting but in nights like that I don't know where he is, what he is doing and who he's with, and whenever I call to check on him he just laughs it off. It's hard to believe that everyone cheats except of him, even when he started making jokes like the ones I said before. I realized his boss and coworkers have a big influence on him and even picks up fights with me because he thinks he's 100% right and I am the one being dramatic. I've seen texts where they tell him some other girl is asking for information about him and that he should give it a go. He laughs it off and never replies, but I believe that with enough influence he will give in. Again, we talked about this and he just tells me to trust him. I told him that if he arrives home late one more time I was going to break up with him. He reluctantly agreed but told me I was overreacting. So, AITA?